Hello guys, and part 2 of my initial arcs review, and this one is the Quirk's apprehension test. It covers three chapters of the manga, and I'll just basically be coupling this video with the original video. Now I was hoping to do all three in one video, but by the looks of it's going to be a long video, so I'm going to try to keep it short, basically. Try to keep it under 20 minutes in total, I guess. So this so what happens is, obviously, naturally, Midoriya finds out, hey, I'm going to the school, which is amazing because he thought he wasn't going to get in. So the fact that he's actually got in, bearing in mind, I think it was like 1 in 70, like 79 people normally get in across the whole school, not just the hero part. And the fact that he got in was a big deal. So the first thing he does, it kind of goes into the idea of the results. So what it explains is, in terms of actual fighting, defeating villains and rescuing people, there were points on both. So what they do is they do a results check, and so what they say is, number 1, although he didn't rescue anybody, was Bakugao or Karchan. Basically, he basically wiped out loads of people, got over 70 points. He took care of the ones and the 2-point ones, and he got to the top. Because on the flip side, the person who got no points, that was ended up 7th, was Midoriya, and basically it's because he saved some people, and then they go into explanations about different people. Then he meets up with All Might, and they have a conversation. What's funny about this is he calls him All Might, and someone hears him. He goes, All Might, where? And he's in his skinny form, so his normal form. They go, oh, he must be lying, I must have heard things. And then he goes through this explanation about, oh, I heard you're going to be at the school. It's going to be, brilliant, the fact that you're going to be at the school. And the back man is thinking that's probably the reason why he's got in, because no, had nothing to do with me and my connections. It was all on you. And he goes, the reason why I originally decided to go to school was to find a suitable vessel, because as you can imagine, I found you, I'm good. And you see Midoriya saying, like, look, I don't think I can control it. He goes, that's to be expected though. It's like anybody else. A person sprouts a tail, you don't expect him to do party tricks straight away. It takes time. So it's part of getting strong enough to make the most of the ability, because at the moment you're all or nothing. So you take everything, but what you need to do is tone it down so it doesn't have so much of a strain on your body and destroy it. So then he turns into his normal self. They recognize him and they have to run. So then what happens is, after that, he pretty much runs to school. It's his first day, and he's in 1A. In the back of mind, he's thinking, I don't want to meet that guy who told me off. He's talking about Ida at this point. Ida's the guy with the glasses. Basically, what happens is, in the entrance exam, he's like really shaky, and Ida goes, calm down, what are you getting all excited for? And he goes, I don't want Bakugao or Kachan to be in his group as well. So he goes through the door, and they're both there talking to each other. He goes, just my luck, he's in 1A. So basically, of the people that went into the exams, only 36 passed, which meant 18 in each class, 1A and 1B. So he's like, they're talking to, so Ida introduces himself, and he goes, oh, I overheard you talking to Bakugao. And behind him, that girl that he saved is there. He goes, oh, I'm so happy you made it, and I saw your punch, and it was amazing, and brilliant, nice to meet you. And then behind them is the actual form twitch. His name is Aizawa, and he's like an old pro, but they go, we haven't heard much about this guy. Who's this guy? So he basically says, okay, if you want to make friends, do it somewhere else. We're not here for any of that. Get your suits on, get your PE kit on. We're going out for an apprehension test. So basically it sets up kind of like the it's like a decathlon, but it's 5 events. I can't remember. Is it pentathlon? If I got that right. So anyway, he basically sets up events where he's going to test the quirks, and he goes, people fail, you're out. And then you see someone else that All Might realizes, wait a minute, they've got Aizawa, he's known for getting rid of people. So you can see there's a natural tension there. So everyone's worried, as is Midoriya, because he's like, I can't control my butt. What do I do? So there's 5 trials. So trial number 1 is your 100-meter dash, basically. And Ida's known as he's got the Quirk engine because his family's like that, and he's based on speed, so he whizzes through it. Then you get Suyu, who's basically like a frog, and she whizzes through it. Now I forget her name. Ururaka is the name of the girl I'm gonna call it Uru. Uraraka is the zero gravity girl. So as it goes through it talks about their quirks. So Ida's got the engine, so you can run through. He's basically, his legs are engines. He runs through it. Suyu's a frog girl. Uraraka's zero gravity girl. She goes through it. Aoyama Yuga is the girl who shoots lasers out of a navel. She whizzes through it. Kachan explodes through it. And then the next one's Grip. So he does this grip. So you see Midoriya going through all of them as well. So the second one's Gripped. He kind of barely gets through it. Third one's the long jump. He barely gets through it. The fifth one is the fifth one is the actual. It's a throwing of a ball. Now, what happens is Kachan goes first and uses explosive power, and he throws a baseball, I guess, monitor based on distance, 705.2 meters. So you can imagine how fucking far that is. Uraraka throws it, but because of zero gravity, it becomes infinity. She just kills it. And then it gets to Midoriya's turn. And Midoriya's about to throw the ball, and he throws it 45 meters. He goes, I was about to go all whack there. And it turns out that Aizawa's got the ability to cancel out quirks. That's his ability. He's called Eraserhead. That was his hero name. So he cancels that. He goes, you need to control your power. He goes, I'm not going to give up. He throws it again. But at the last minute, he throws it with one finger. Now, the crazy thing is, with one finger smash, he actually beats Kachan's full of power. So he gets 705.3. So naturally, Kachan's pissed. And he goes, how the hell a person who doesn't have any abilities at 4 years old all of a sudden gets this? There's some bullshit. Tell me what's happened. And he goes in to attack Midoriya. Because the whole time as children, Midoriya was his friend. But he would bully Midoriya, so he was saying all the whole time, you were my Joey and you were basically just an obstacle in my way, something I could toss to a side, a pebble he refers to him as. He goes, where have you got this ability from? How can you surpass me? So he goes in to attack him, and the Aizawa basically stops him with his scarf, and he goes, why can't I move? He goes, basically this thread is made out of some nanofibers, a metal type of ability that can basically constrict and stop people from moving. The funny thing is, the results come out, and Midoriya is at the bottom. So he's like, oh, that's it, I'm out. He goes, this is the home run pitch. He goes, I lied. No one's getting expelled. Because it's a logical ruse. I mean, if I put some pressure on you, you're gonna try your best, right? And that was the idea. So basically, no one fails. And Midoriya was last, so if he was gonna be the fail, if he was gonna get expelled, it'd be probably him first, then everybody else. So he basically didn't fail anyone. Now what happens is All Might stops him and says, why were you lying for? What did you lie for? You normally expel people. Did you see his raw talent and think, oh, he can do something? And he goes, basically, anyone that for me has zero chance will get expelled, because there's no point half-assing through this, because you'll end up dead. Which is a true point. So it's not like he's doing it to be an asshole or anything like that. It is true. At the end of the day, what's the point going through half-assed if you're going to die at the end of it? And he goes, if they go beyond zero chances of survival and being proper heroes, I will expel them. And then obviously it moves on from there. And there's that conversation. Basically, Ida, Midoriya, and Uraraka are together and having a conversation, and she asks his name, and she goes, I heard him call you, Uraraka's on about Bakugao, and she calls him Deku. He goes, I like that name because it's got a nice ring to it. Never give up, Deku. And he goes, that's his name then. So basically, moving forward, I'm going to call him Deku as well. So Deku is Midoriya's name, and they're on their way basically. And he basically says, you see All Might in the background going, enjoy it while you can, the real battle starts tomorrow. And tomorrow comes, and who is it? It's All Might. He's their teacher for the day. And he basically says, everyone's commenting on him that he's from the Silver Age, because that's basically what he is. He's based on old school comics. He's basically a Goku / Captain America / Superman if he was human and he was born on Earth. That's basically all Might is, and he uses American style named attacks. So he goes, we're having a battle test. It's like a field test, battle test. We've got your gears ready. Let's get out there. And the last panel's amazing. It shows everybody dressed up. He goes, now you're heroes. And that's how it ends. That's the end of chapter 7. So it's a long video. Because this is quite long, I'm just going to add it. I'm not going to do 3. 3 is going to be a separate video. But in any case, as always, like, comment and subscribe. Cheers.